All right. Now I'm going to forget what I was saying there. I guess I should.
Funny.
I'm getting real tempted to buy the professional level of Zoom so we don't go through this anymore. I think I might just do that. I have my own reasons to want to have Zoom now that I know how to use it. Is that all of us, or was there one more?
There's Alex.
There we go. Good, we're good. I think I'm going to upgrade my Zoom account, guys, so we don't go through this anymore. What were we talking about there? Oh yeah, I was going to just say in our script, I just had a thought of this. This whole area where I am and a little to the north where the Thrive property is, this was the one of the main thoroughfares of the Courrier du Bois, the traders, the people who went out to trade with the native people and harvest mostly beaver pelts when they were settling this part of the world. In fact, we have a beaver family just on the bay beside us here, and we see them cutting down trees all the time. This male beaver, I assume it's the male, he's almost as big as our dog. I was shocked. So one of the things that we can weave into this is that in the tradition of the Courrier du Bois, it will be anticipated that Thrival will be engaged in rekindling that spirit of trade and exchange, of goods and value. Yeah, I think that's a nice thing we can weave into the text. In a sense, we're recapitulating that bit of history.
Like
And
that.
and we'll certainly also mention who were and are the indigenous people up here, because there's a lot of First
Beautiful.
Nations communities here. I'm sure they'll love that at Ecoversity, as would I. So, all right, why don't we while we're waiting for Penny, I was sharing my screen, so let me do that again, and we'll just take a quick look at these activity sheets. All right, you can all see that now. Activity
Yes.
sheets. So I've scrolled forward to activity sheet number 2. I filled out the activity sheet number 1 on our Google Docs. Did we have activity sheet number 2 and all that up there?
Yeah, I think it's did we finish activity sheet 2?
I don't think so. I'll go back in and look. But let's take, in either case, we don't have to read all this, but let's just take a quick look at where we're supposed to be at. We've probably already covered some of this. So now the observation stage should be protracted and thoughtful. So you guys are going to have to use your imaginations who aren't up here, or go and look at the pictures and videos I sent before. Don't forget to do that. I will be able to go and take some more pictures once the land closes in another week or so. Yeah, it's really a shame that, okay, so you know what, I'll do some crib notes for this, the observation questionnaire, and you guys can add to it. All right.
I just checked the Google Drive and this is all in there.
Okay,
I did
excellent.
that a while ago. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just go in and I'll do a first stab at it, and you guys can then go in and add your value. So we're supposed to observe the sun, the sun patterns that you see. This is where we'll have to also start collecting information on the annual sun exposure, etc. Wind, what's happening with the wind, prevailing winds, inversion layer. Yeah. What's happening with the water. Okay, well, I'll go through these and add what I can. If you guys want me to try and answer more questions, you can. You can also chime in with your own observations from the videos I made. Or even you can go to Google Earth and look at pictures, and you could go to websites from the area. I know if you search on tourism in this area, there's lots of websites that showcase what's typical in this part of the world. Patterns, animals.
So, and just to vocalize what Justin had mentioned, I'm seeing that this is in Word form in our SharePoint. So I'm not seeing anything filled out unless I'm looking at the wrong thing, Justin, but I do see that all these questions were copied in a workable Word
Format.
format. So
Right.
for anyone to edit.
Yeah. So I'll commit that between now and our meeting on Monday, I will fill this in as best I can. And then people can jump onto that and add whatever value they want or ask whatever questions they want. And this will also be useful for some of you working on your individual portfolios in all of this, your slides. What's the history of the site? Major land events. Is it a sacred site? Yeah.
Were we ever able to ascertain what the history of the land was? I know that's a question we had brought up a couple of weeks ago, at least.
No, I forgot to ask about that, so that'll when I come to that, I'll remind me to contact Dee Dee and see if she knows anything special. I did. There was that Courier du Bois thing though. That might not be specific to that land parcel, but it's certainly true of the area. Those, if you look at those river systems, you can even see like the Magneta goes through here, and you can just see looking at a map that people were definitely traveling from Georgian Bay on the Magneta and going quite a distance east. Okay, so here's where we have the base map drawing. So this is what Alex will focus on this week. That can be your part, Alex, of that. And then we're on to activity 3. So this is actually pretty good. We're not that far behind. I forget how many of these activity sheets there are, something like 5 or 6. Yeah, there's 6 activity sheets. So I think at this point in time, we should at least, in an ideal world, we would be finished activity sheet number 2. So let's get that caught up this week, and then we'll start moving forward into activity sheet number 3. All right. Any more questions, comments on activity sheets? Okay.
No, just are we due to do anything other than relooking over activity sheet 2 after you fill it in over the next week?
And just moving forward with your own, maybe starting
Right.
thinking of slides.
Yeah, just
Would-
activity sheet wide. Yeah, yep, perfect.
Yeah.
I did share the deck with everyone. So
Okay.
it should be under the
Awesome.
Thriveall drive.
Oh, okay, excellent. Yeah, I think we're now starting to put pen to paper and sketch and write and yeah, start assembling photos for your area. Like if you're doing food, you'll start collecting pictures of game animals and
Do we
crops.
each want to take on a second area tonight, or at least begin thinking about doing so that we make sure we've got everything covered that
Sure.
others.
What are the areas again? Let's make a list. I've forgotten. I've got dwellings. There's water, waste, energy, food,
Food and economics, I think.
and economics. I think
And shelter to make 7. Or did you say dwellings? You
yeah, I
said,
said dwellings. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is there another one?
Community.
Oh, community.
So among us, what do we for sure have covered? I know, Justin, you're waste, I'm doing water. Guy, you're doing housing. Alex, you were doing
Food.
food.
Food and maps.
And I think Angela was doing energy.
She's listed for energy and Kyla's listed as primary for economics at the moment.
Okay, so I think let's just for argument's sake say that Kyla does not participate and be pleasantly surprised if she does. I think all of us can share economics and community because when you think about it, there's an economics and a community dimension to everything we're doing, right? So we can all help populate those slides. So just
Can I
that
make, can I
maybe
make a
if
slide about ceremonies?
Can you what?
Make a slide about ceremonies and spirituality?
oh yeah, if I'm involved, brother, there's no
If I
way
can,
we're gonna be having a church of
if we can agree
ayahuasca.
that we're gonna have a mushroom patch somewhere, then yes, Alex.
Though I have mushrooms and hemp will be grown for medicinal purposes, for food purposes,
Perfect.
and for like clothing and
And
other types of purposes.
mind expansion.
Yep.
I have spores available.
Excellent. Maybe
Lovely.
we should all do you know what? Here's my idea. When Thrive All is built and established, you're all gonna come up here and we're gonna go to the big
Maloka.
the
Sweat
big
lodge.
geodesic Maloka and do a big all-night mushroom festival.
Sounds
Perfect.
great.
I love
That's
it.
perfect.
Yeah, I can see us like those blue-skinned creatures in Avatar running around with loincloths in the forest. And Stephen will be our instructor. He'll be right there with us. We better be careful. Somebody's going to be reviewing this video.
I don't think that anybody that's gonna be reviewing it is gonna be too terribly worried about those things though.
No, not this group. Hermes and psychedelics, I think, go together almost. I don't need to share the screen anymore, so we'll take that off. Well, basically now we're just waiting for Penny. While we do, unless anyone has a burning issue, there's something else I could share with you guys. It's pretty fun. Let me just, it's a very cool thing I found. Let me see if I can find it quickly. It's, yeah, it's a video. We'll see. I'll be interested to see if you can see it. Let me see. Okay, so I'm gonna go share screen. I'm gonna share this. Yeah, this is cool. We don't have to watch the whole thing, but this is so inspiring. I shared this on the Discord under the media shares. So can you guys all see this picture of this Earth ship here?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
So let me play it for a second just to make sure you can see and hear it as a video. Can you hear that?
Now it's
Not
muffled.
really.
Pretty quiet.
Oh, okay. I'll try turning up the volume. Just let me know if this makes a difference. And I'll also turn it up on my computer. Tell me if you can hear this.
Ready to overwinter in sub-zero Canadian climate. In the last 2 years, I have done a fair amount of
Yes.
Can you hear that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just watch this for a minute. And you know what I'll do? I'll just let's see. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. If Penny comes in, she comes in. We'll just watch this for a couple of minutes. It's really interesting. This guy builds these Earth ships. It's a hybrid Earth ship. He built this whole thing for $2,000.
So, Northern Europe
Wow.
and Siberia. The hands-on experience was balanced out by numerous sketches of the passive home for sub-zero climate. I drafted these blueprints in wintertime. In summer 2023, I will finally be building our own family home for Zoya, myself, and our 7 animals. The footage that will be recorded during the construction of our home will also form an integral part of Wasilarium training. However, the first phase of our course has already been completed. If you're one of the 85 people who have pre-ordered our course a while back, I'd like to thank you for your trust in me and your patience. Perfecting an Earthship is not an easy task, especially if you're not just doing it in theory, but in practice. Since May 2021, I have recorded over 300 gigabytes worth of high quality footage that I will start releasing in just a couple of weeks. In essence, you'll learn how to construct a self-heating and self-cooling Earthship hybrid for a fraction of the price of a conventional home. It will be easier to build with less man-hours spent on site. Some of the elements, such as the US liquid waste approved grain black water treatment, as well as the cooling tubes, are taken as is from Mike Reynolds at Earthship Biotecture. However, other systems and structural elements necessary for living in an unpredictable sub-zero climatic conditions, I have infused with robust strengths that only catenary geometries can provide, as well as the well-being that one experiences inside that biogeometry offers. Not only do these gougy shapes are soft and nice to inhabit, they provide extreme strength whilst only using a fraction of materials, that of a conventional roof or wall. Being a hands-on natural builder who is self-financing all the R&D, I'm constantly figuring out ways of building a home on a shoestring budget, whilst thinking of others who will replicate the methods I present. With these step-by-step video instructions, I hope to inspire you on how I built this waterproof and insulated, robust vault. So this is how our training will roll. I will show you how to transfer complex geometries from a paper sketch or CAD drawing. I will then show you how to prepare the ground and how to dig a level foundation using a water level and simple tools. You will see how to dig in sandy soils as well as hardcore clays using basic shovels and hose. To explain the construction of the foundation, I will teach using my Brazilian build, my Siberian build, as well as the one on my own land and cold climate. In the theory class, I will explain the necessary alterations that are required for various soil types, water table levels, as well as climatic conditions. For example, waterproofing to avoid the wicking of the moisture up the walls, as well as the insulation to stop the frozen clay from lifting up your home. You will also learn how to do a very simple.
I'm just going to pause it for a sec. Are you finding this interesting? Do you want to keep going, or want to just talk about it, or?
It looks like something that I saw earlier when you had, I got a message that you had posted this video link and I was planning on going to take a look at it there.
Yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to show that to you. It's quite interesting. What he gets into is that here.
Did he mention what the base material is?
Well, what he's done, in fact, what we'll do instead of looking at it, I can just go through on still images. He's combined it's a mashup of a bunch of different building techniques. So over here, he's got these earth bags, but then he's doing aircrete block construction to make a dome. He's taken ideas from Michael Reynolds with the Earthship, and he's sort of combining them. This is it's really sorry, I'm just tripping over my tongue here. He said that three men, one of them in his 60s and the other in his 70s, this guy here, they built one of these Earthship houses in 3 months, working 5 hours a day, start to finish, and it only cost $2,000 in materials. So I thought that was really exciting. I'm not saying it's the total solution that would work for everybody, but I thought
but for people on a budget,
it's mind-blowing. And he's doing it as a course, right? So you can learn all the real details of how to do it, so you don't have to reinvent the thing. This is very interesting, these wooden arches with a lot of holding power. I was excited when I saw this, and I thought, oh yeah, this is what we're going to do. The only issue is I would want to well, it depends on what your attitude is. If you want to be a renegade and take the chance, you could just build this and not worry about a building inspector ever showing up. I guess it depends where you are. I don't know if this would pass the local building code. So that's the one thing that would make me hesitate about this.
Is that something that we have to worry about in the unorganized community?
Yes, to the extent that Dee has already said they want everything to meet the Ontario Building Code. But I presume we could suggest that one of these could be done as a demonstration project by the community. And then if it worked out well and the building inspectors approved of it, after, I mean, there's no guarantee they would. But if you can show that it's structurally strong and resilient, then maybe they could get approval and then go and do a bunch more of these things. So anyway, I just thought that was kind of interesting. So I put this on the media share area in Discord if you want to watch the whole thing. Actually, what I can do right now is I'll share the link in the, I'll share the link here. I'll stop sharing the screen. Stop share. I'll put this.
Yeah, I watched this video when you sent it on the WhatsApp, and it made me feel like wanting to just go and build with them, because they said that they were going to be building the full version of it this spring, right?
Yeah, and I think he's building it somewhere in Canada. I'm
Yeah.
hoping it's Ontario. I have no idea.
That's the impression that I got, was that it was in Ontario, but I don't think he specifically mentioned.
Because I would go and volunteer on it and learn some skills. Like it
Me
would be
too.
amazing. I've already shown this to a couple of friends who are plan on building intentional communities, and they're like, "Oh my God, I so want to do this. I can already see where it would go." So
Right.
yeah, it got me really stoked. I like the creativity of it, the imagination. I sent the link in chat if you just want to download it again to your laptops. But yeah, I did send it also. I forgot I'd sent it on WhatsApp too. Well, I don't know, guys. It's 8 o'clock and we're no penny so far. I'm prepared to wait a little longer, but
Yeah, let's maybe wait a few more minutes, because at quarter after, April said that she'd be coming in 45 minutes. So that should have just been just about now.
okay. Well, let's see what else I have to share here.
Yeah, I'm excited to start putting to paper. Those past presentations really do help a lot. It just kind of.
Oh yeah.
So at the end of the day, everything we turn in, is it the presentation and the activity sheets? And is that like, do we turn in other things, or is that?
That's
Like
a good,
everything we turn
that's a good question to ask Penny and April. That's one that I had myself. Hold on, I'm going to share my screen again. I've got something else I can show you guys while we're
I
waiting.
think all we're supposed to turn in is the 20-minute video. I don't even think we're supposed to turn the activity sheets in.
That's the
think-
impression that I got too, was like
They
the
were
only
just given to
deliverable
us,
is the video.
they're a guide for us to use to help us, was all.
Yeah, I think so. I think it might be, I have a feeling it was the video and the PowerPoint presentation, but we'll double
All
check.
in one, yeah.
We'll double check now. So while we're waiting for Penny, there's a town of Bancroft, about 3 hours drive east of where our project is, and I have a friend who lives there. And the York River flows through the town of Bancroft, and this is what the area looks like. It's in this highlands. And anyway, this is it's a permaculture project. I'm going to go take a look at it at some point. And they're selling 20 lots on a 50-acre property along the York. And this kind of looks like some of our permaculture drawings here. And I'm going to just show you some of the structures that they have that they're offering on the property. I'm going to steal some of these ideas for our project, although the land where we are is a lot more Precambrian shield. So if you're going to have something in dirt, you'd have to build it up. But they're offering these log homes, and you notice that they're on grade, but they have a basement level.
Basements, yeah.
Yeah, and here's one that's earth berm. It's set in like an earth ship into the side of a fabricated hill. I think some of these could be interesting in certain I think these kind of things could work better in some parts of the property than others. But I'll be maybe cannibalizing some of these drawings for myself. There you go.
Do they discuss price in their presentation, Guy?
Well, this is what I'm thinking, because I'm planning to write some freelance articles about different builders, partly as a way to publicize them and partly as a way to get to know them. And I will contact these guys and I'll get the number. In fact, what I'll do is I'll share this brochure with everybody. Let me
Look at
contact
that
them
Fibonacci
initially.
Spiral that's cool.
Yeah, that is, eh? I love that. It looks like the guy's name is Mark Carter. I will inquire about prices and that could be useful for the economics of some of what we're doing. And I think some of the things that they've done on this property, it's a slightly different environment, but not totally different. See, they've got permaculture gardens here and stuff. Yeah, I think we might be able to get some ideas from them because they're literally building and it's not just conceptual in their case. So, yeah, let me see if I can share this brochure right
Yeah, I
now.
like it.
Um,
Pretty slick.
yeah, I don't know where I saved that, but I'll save it. Save as PDF. Let's save that to a different folder. Save that right on my desktop and then I'll share it with you guys right now. Go to there. Copy that. Oh, yeah. I might have to email this to you. Let me see if I can share it in the Zoom. So stop screen sharing. Yeah, go to chat.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll have to I don't have an easy way to share that on chat here, so I will email that to you, that brochure, just so you have it.
Nice. I have something I want to show. Do you guys mind if I share my screen quickly?
Yeah, do I have to give you permission to do that somehow? And
Let me check. Yeah, you do.
okay, I'm going to go multiple participants can share simultaneously. Did that work?
Yes. Cool. Share. Let me know when you can see.
I can see it.
Cool. So I was just taking a look at some themes that you can get from this website called Slides Go. And they have a bunch of stuff.
Look at that.
Yeah, they've got a bunch of stuff. So I just typed in nature and like a ton of different nature templates came up. So I just picked one. We could always change it.
Right.
And how do I move this? There we go. So I just made a copy of the slideshow that you created, Alex, and then I imported this theme. So yeah, it kind of has a bunch of little nature things, and it's all like one nice solid theme throughout the whole thing. And the cool thing is it didn't change anything. So whatever you already put in there, everything stayed the same.
Oh,
All the content stayed the same.
I love it.
That's so cool.
I
Yeah.
thought I saw that and I thought right away that Joey did it.
No, I intuitively knew that he had did it. That's why I told April earlier we were ready to finish up tonight.
Yeah.
Telekinesis.
That's called Slides Go. Oh man, I've been looking for something like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is great. Look,
And it just
why,
imported right in.
why don't
Yeah.
we-
So I just went to this one, and then there's like this download this template.
Wow.
So then you say Google Slides or PowerPoint. So I just went to Google Slides.
Wow.
And then
That's
you say
cool.
make a copy, and then this will now basically save a copy of this actual slideshow to your Google Drive. And then from
Okay.
there, I went to our slideshow, and then so let me get out of this. So if I just go to the regular slideshow, yeah. So then you go theme. Where's the theme builder? Oh yeah, here. So it shows up on the side, and then you say import theme. And then I just found this
Wow.
one where I saved it.
Okay, I have a proposal for you. How about you, for the Monday meeting, give us a choice of 3 themes to vote on,
Sure.
and then we'll choose one. You know, we can always, if we get something better later on, great, but we'll vote on a theme and we'll work with that so we can start getting inspired for the final product right away. That's awesome.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I quite like that actually. I like the reeds in that because we do have the creek flowing through the property.
Yeah.
That could be very nice, actually. That's a
I love
pretty
it.
good choice. Tasteful. Very
Cool. Yeah, I'll pick a few and then we can have a little vote on Monday.
yeah.
All
Love
right,
it.
I'll stop sharing.
I love that. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for getting the slideshow started. It's good, like once we have some things to actually look at, and then it's like, okay,
Yeah.
now I can start to put some content in there, and then
Yep.
the whole thing will kind of just write itself, you know?
Totally. Then we
That's
can
good-
actively
Good
see.
work.
Yeah. Good stuff.
One thing they mentioned in one of the presentations from previous years, I don't know, I'd kind of leave this up to you guys, but I liked how they started. They basically acknowledged which indigenous communities' land they were on, and like which you mentioned earlier, honoring the natives. But just I thought that was really cool how they just acknowledged we understand whose land this used to be, and we intend to honor it and steward it, with the care for the earth, like
Yeah.
indigenous communities have.
That'd be
Yeah,
a great first slide.
Yeah, that and in fact, when you think about it, what are we actually doing? A lot of us kind of manifest just the fact that we live in the kind of society we live in. We manifest the colonial project, and now we're getting our comeuppance, and we're having to learn to live ironically in the way that the first people lived. And we need to actually incorporate their ideas into our way of life. So I think there's a word called Wetiko, which stands for the white man's arrogance, the settler, the colonial attitude. They actually, the indigenous people, the native people thought of it as a disease, like a mental disease. What do you mean you're going to come here and divide the land up into rectangles and sell them to people? This was just totally ridiculous to them. And they used to have, I know this for a fact, in the Algonquin nations around here, these parts, they actually managed the forests. They thinned them out, and they were actually not wild at all. They were designed to create just the right balance of like space for deer to run through. They created like the ultimate hunting grounds and fishing grounds and places, and they just practiced the permaculture that we're now rediscovering. Like, how ironic is that? So I am actually, through this course, curing my own wetiko, my own mental illness as a person from a European sort of societal background. Yeah, so I don't think we'll go on quite into that much detail, but we might even mention the word wetiko in there.
I like it.
It's
Yeah.
an
I
interesting
love it.
concept. Yeah, the first time I drank ayahuasca in Peru, I had my ass kicked real hard by the medicine. It showed me all of my colonial arrogance that I didn't think I had. Oh man, it was tough. It totally changed me. It's like,
Kind of chills. I had an ego purge the first night as well.
yeah. Well, I think it's like Graham Hancock says, that nobody should be allowed to hold elected office unless they've drank ayahuasca 10 times.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a quote.
I'd love to serve that to Klaus Schwab. Hey Klaus, how are you doing with that purge bucket, Klaus?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Yuval Noah Harari.
Oh my God, that guy
He's
needs
in the
some.
he's got really bad diarrhea. Somebody go help him. It would be funny if it wasn't so sad. Okay, I think we got 5 minutes left. You want to just keep hanging in here in case Penny shows up? I think we're going to run out the clock, honestly.
I'm okay with the 5 minutes. I think after that we can call it.
Yeah,
Yeah. Just if anyone's got a burning question, be ready to fire it away.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, I don't have any burning questions for Penny, so.
No, me
if
neither.
somebody
Yeah.
does, and I don't, and they know that we've been meeting, so it's not like we need to.
well,
Give
if you
us a
want,
pat on
if
the
you,
head.
if you want to bail now, we can bail now. I mean, I don't think she, oh, wait, here we go. Speak of the
Hi,
devil.
I just wanted to apologize. Penny is running really late. She's giving very thorough attention to the groups and has been ignoring my messages to please move on. She has gone rogue. And
Okay,
so
if it makes you feel any better, the four of us were just saying that we're about to run out the clock on our time here, and none of us have any really burning questions for her
okay,
right now. So I think it'd be fine if we just call it a night, and we can follow up with her in class or whatever. We could send you messages through Discord if there's anything, because I know we'll have questions for you.
Really
Yeah.
confident, April.
Yay! Oh, that's great. That's super great.
Oh, I know one question that you would know the answer to. For the final product, like we were talking about the final video that we're going to make, our 20-minute video. Are we also submitting like a slide deck, like a PowerPoint presentation? Yeah.
Yep.
And is
Yep.
it okay if the film or video and the PowerPoint are kind of one and the same? Or are they supposed to be different?
They are supposed to, the PowerPoint that you use for the film should be the PowerPoint that you submit
Okay,
with your final project. Yeah.
okay.
Right.
But the film can have like the presentation of the PowerPoint slide by slide with our
Contained
face
within the
presenting
film.
it.
I'm trying to see it. I don't know if I follow. You mean
Well-
like in Zoom when Penny and Steven do this slideshow?
Yes, where their face is
Absolutely.
up there. Okay, exactly.
That's
Yeah,
exactly what we
perfect.
want.
Perfect.
We want you to do your own Zoom presentation and record it.
Okay,
Yes.
all
And
right.
you know, my group, because you have 20 minutes, I was in a group of some pretty shy people, and they were pretty intimidated by doing a Zoom presentation. So we did a voice recording, and we each wrote our own script for our parts of the project. And then we were able to add those files to the slideshow and then record that. That is available to you. I mean, our group, I think, was the first group to do that. Depends on your comfort level, but you can also like edit your videos. I don't know if anybody has any editing skills in this group.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we've got a few
Great.
gearheads in here.
Oh, great. And you're doing a great job yourself, Guy. Like stepping up to the plate on all the tech tasks I've noticed.
Oh,
So,
thank you.
props to you. Yeah,
Well,
you're welcome.
I have this amazing energy from living just under the northern lights all day and night, you know. It gives me strange powers.
It's your battery charger.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Gotta love these Zoom backgrounds. It's perfect for where I
Yeah.
am. All right. Well, I guess we'll
Oh.
just you can be here while we say good night to everybody. Thank you
Oh,
and
great.
namaste. And
Be well.
I'll see everybody on Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and feel free to check in anytime between now and then.
Real quick, April, next
Yeah.
Tuesday, we're gonna be at 7 p.m. Eastern again.
Let me take a look at that. I think that is correct, but let me just look. Here we go.
March
What week? Let's see.
March 7th.
7th.
Okay, March 7th. We are 1 p.m. I'm so sorry for the confusion. It says 1 p.m. here. Does it say 7 p.m. in your syllabus?
No, I was under the impression that this week was supposed to be a 1 p.m. week, but we had to switch it to 7 p.m. to accommodate Penny's schedule.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. It wasn't even, we weren't even supposed to have class tonight.
March
Or
7th is
it was
1
supposed to
p.m.
be all completely on your own, but that's how we made it work. So thank you for being accommodating. Yes, March 7th is 1 p.m.
Okay, we're about to
Great.
get kicked off, guys. So have a
Okay.
good night.
Be safe
Thank
and be
you.
well, everybody.
All right.
Bye.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.